It's not quite Halloween season or pumpkin season yet, but I figure by the time this video comes out, it probably will be. And besides, it's Wednesday the 13th, so that's a perfect day to drink a pumpkin beer, right? What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti. I'm checking in from home. I'm home for about 12 days between the first leg and the second leg of the Monomarth Pantera Tour. I should say the Pantera Tour with a Monomarth supporting. We had this little 12-day break. Everybody went home. While I was home, I went and hit a couple of different breweries down in like southern, eastern, central kind of area of Ohio. One of the breweries I went to was Millersburg Brewing Company. Now, Millersburg Brewing Company, I have seen at every beer fest I think I've gone to in Ohio. They've been at every beer fest I've gone to for 15 plus years now, and I'd never made it to the brewery. So today I finally made it to the brewery. Didn't take any pictures like a dummy. It's a really cool spot. Their food was amazing. I had this really good pierogi and burnt end sausage with beer cheese and butter sauce and jalapenos, onions kind of bowl that was just phenomenal. Super tasty, perfect portion. It was really good. Had a few beers there. Everything was just amazing. I'd love to go back. And the waiter, so polite, so nice, so well spoken. It's been a long time since I've been to a restaurant, a brewery, or anywhere where the waiter was like, "Yes, sir," "No, sir," "Thank you, sir." Super polite, just like that old school, common politeness. It's just, kudos to that gentleman. That was just shocking to me. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into this beer. So while I was there, I was looking at beers to go, and I saw this pumpkin beer. I thought, oh, we're getting close to that time of year. Maybe I'll get it. And I asked the bartender about it, and they're like, oh, it's the 2024 version. So they're giving it away for $5 a 4-pack. I said, sold. $5 a 4-pack, even if it's not a great beer anymore. Who cares? It's $5, right? So I bought this. Didn't realize it's a 9% ABV beer. Knowing it's a 9% ABV beer, it's probably still pretty good. But we're going to find out, right? So, I've talked and waffled for 10 minutes now, probably, right? Let's all start talking about the beer. This is Pope's Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Millersburg Brewing Company. It was brewed in 2024. Millersburg Brewing Company is out of Millersburg, Ohio, in the heart of Amish country. Go look at a map, Millersburg. I don't even know how to tell you where it is, other than it's in the middle of nothing. Lots of Amish farms, lots of Mennonite community. We did see a zebra farm, which was weird, but that's where it is. This is a seasonal beer they brew. It's 9% ABV, 13 IBUs. It won a 2018 World Beer Cup Bronze, and if Untapped description is actually correct, because you never know with Untapped, it says it was brewed with 10 pounds, which is 4.5 kilograms, of pumpkin per barrel. Kudos to whoever said that, because I've ranted and raved so many times about all these beers and breweries that say, oh, there's so many pounds, so many kilograms of this ingredient, that ingredient, but they don't say per what? Per can, per bottle, per liter, per barrel, per whatever. They actually said per barrel. 10 pounds, 4.5 kilograms of pumpkin per barrel. So kudos to you all for saying that. On the can here, it's kind of like a jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin, evil looking, right there, just orange, black motif, kind of cool. And on the can it says Millersburg Brewing Company, 9% alcohol by volume, keep refrigerated, brewed and canned at Millersburg, just a government warning. Pope's Imperial Pumpkin Ale, brewed with roasted pumpkin and spices, World Beer Cup Bronze. Cool, pretty plain, simple can. The brewer said, like I said, the bartender said it was brewed in 2024. So there's no date on this can, but at least I kind of have an idea. It's about a year old-ish. And we'll get on into it. On Untapped, this gets at 3.80 with 4.3 thousand check-ins. Beer Advocate gets an 88 very good with 20 check-ins. And I'm going to pour it into my Ohio Craft Beer Ohio Pint Day 2024 glass. Figured it was fitting to pour the 2024 beer into a 2024 glass. Get a nose on it here. Oh, that's big pumpkin spice. Yeah, that's a big, like, more on the side of like a spiced beer smell than a pumpkin spice than a pumpkin beer smell. I cannot talk. Maybe it's all the flights I've had since 2 in the afternoon and it's now 11 o'clock at night, right? Probably not the best time to do a beer review. But the smell is like a more on the spiced side of beer, like a spiced beer, but it's got the pumpkin essence in there. It's spice forward, but pumpkin is in there. You can pick it up, and I'm surprised being a year old, who knows how long it's been in the can, that those aromatics are still very big, very bold. And that is I know you probably can't see it well through all the artwork on this glass, but that's kind of an amber-colored beer. I'd go on my SRM chart about a 16 right there for that. And there was a little bit of a pinky's worth ahead that just dissipated real quick. Just a few little islands sitting around the top. But that smells really tasty. I've had this beer a few times and looked at my Untappd check-ins. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a great beer. It was just an average beer. Let's see if this does better this time. Cheers, everybody. This is really odd because it tastes like melon to me, but not in a bad way at all. It's got a really good melon flavor, which is surprising to me. 13 IBU, no idea. 9% alcohol, no idea. You do get the a little bit of those like pumpkin spices around the edges. But it's got this nice melon flavor that is really tasty to me. However, if I remember right, and somebody should correct me down in the comments below if I'm wrong, I think melon, cantaloupe kind of flavors are supposed to be an off flavor for something. Don't remember off the top of my head. And maybe I'm just making up nonsense. But that's unfortunate. As a pumpkin beer, knowing this is 2024, knowing this is a year old, it's okay. The flavors in this, though, I really dig the flavor. Don't think it's the correct flavor, but I really dig the flavor of this. I could crush a few of these. 9% alcohol. No indication whatsoever. So this is going to be a really hard one to rate because I don't think a year out the flavors are what they're supposed to be. So a year out, Pope's Imperial Pumpkin Ale might be at the point that you probably shouldn't be selling it anymore. And it's not, if you're looking for a pumpkin ale, a pumpkin spiced ale, you'd be very disappointed in this 2024 version. That would be probably a skip for me. However, these flavors in this beer, to me, are really, really good. So the beer as is, ignoring what it's supposed to be, I'd give it a big horns up. So this is kind of a mixed bag rating here. And because, again, it almost has nothing to do with what it's supposed to be or what the label says, but what it's turned into is delicious. And I'm glad I have 3 more to drink, especially for $5 for a 9% alcohol beer. This tasty, no indication of the alcohol. I could crush all those right now. Don't even notice the alcohol, and I would be flutered. But again, if you're looking for a big pumpkin spice beer, the 2024 version, it's not it. It's clearly out of date. It's going to be too old. Maybe I can get the 2025 version when they brew it and try to do a comparison, hopefully, since it is kind of local to me. So it's kind of a mixed bag there. Like, this one's going to depend on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a big pumpkin spice beer and you're at the Millersburg Brewing Company and they still have the 2024 version, I wouldn't buy it. Even for $5, I wouldn't buy it. I'd pick something better, something fresher. If you like a nice spiced melon kind of beer that's got a more of a cantaloupe melon kind of flavor, absolutely buy this. For $5 a 4-pack, absolutely buy this. Kind of an interesting dichotomy there of what my rating is this time. Kind of different. But you know, it's an adventure trying beers, especially when you buying beers from small-time breweries around the country, around the state, around your local area. And when they're over a year old, and the brewery tells you they're over a year old or right around a year old, so you know what you're getting before you buy it. It's always an adventure. And you know what I say? Embrace the adventure.